ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी स्तोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनधी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः प्रेपीयमानम् मुदा भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः।
अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः।
श्री भगवानुवाच
श्री भगवानुवाच
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यम्
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यम्
बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः
बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः
अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यम्
अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यम्
गहना कर्मणो गतिः
गहना कर्मणो गतिः।
We have seen up to this shloka with the Bhashyam. Bodhavyam karmanaha bodhavyam karmanaha gatihi gagana karmano gatihi ataha bodhavyam akarmanaha api bodhavyam akarmanaha api gati gagana gatihi tadvati vikarmanaha karma akarma vikarma, all these things to be known. Akarma, what is akarma? Karma is action. Akarma, it is an absence of action. Abhavarte karma, absence of action, no action. And vikarma, karma which are prasiddha, pratisiddha karma. All are karma only. So what is akarma also should be known. Literal translation, no action, no karma. Now, what is karma? Bhashyakara will say in the next shloka. Kriyate iti karma, vyutpatti. That which is done. Karma, kriyate iti karma. Bodhavyam iti. Why Bhagavan says, what is the gagana? What is the gaganatvam? Gagana here. Karma is action, akarma is absence of action, no action, rest, tushnim bhavaha. And vikarma is, which is the karma which is prohibited. It seems to be simple. And why Bhagavan says it is durvigneya? It is durvigneya because if you analyze karma, the topic will not end only with karma. It will lead to atma. And atma is, it is, subject matter is atma, which is sukshma. As we saw in Kathopadishad, durvigneyam, durvigneyatvat. It is durvigneya, dukkhena, jnatum yogyaha. That is the gagana, that is a vishama, durvigneya. That is why Kathopadishad said, Kshurasya dhara nishita duratya. Because atma, it is not like any other object available for the perception, because it is a very subject. Ashabdam asparsham arupam abhyayam tatarasam nityam agandavachayat anadyanantam bhagatah param dhruvam. So therefore, dur vigneyaha, durvigney vishayatvat. Therefore it should be, both of them should be understood, should be comprehended clearly. So it is not just karma. What is karma? If you analyze, it will lead to the sukshma vishaya, the topic, that is inquiry. That's where the real inquiry starts. The inquiry, which is atma. So discussion of karma lead to the subject matter of Vedanta, atma. So it is also a prakriya. We start with the shariratrayam or kosha, panchakosha. It will not stop with the kosha. By viveka, if we transcend each kosha, it is transcending. It is, each kosha is dismissed as not the truth. It is not that the truth doesn't stop there, the kosha, which is above, or which is the adhara, which is adhisthana of all the koshas, because of which all the koshas are there. You will arrive at it. That is by vichara, by inquiry, you arrive at the tattva, atma. That is the prakriya, panchakosha prakriya, or vastatraya prakriya. Similarly, here, this is another prakriya, analyzing karma. So, therefore, it is a vichara, it is inquiry. And the subject matter being atma, therefore, this atma, which is, even though it is self-evident, but the self-evident atma, it is not that much evident for a jnani, because there is all the scope for committing the mistake. That atma is the atma which is self-evident. Bhane api, it is abhanam. Even though it is known, still it is not known. It is unknown. Unknown as it is. Therefore, the mistake which is committed, and the mistake leads to samsara. That is a cause for the mistake leads to the cause that leads to the problem of samsara, this samsara, which is in the form of this janma marana samsara chakra. That's dukkam. So the mistake, which is the error is committed. The error committed because of because of not knowing the Atma Tattvam as it is. Therefore, only Gahana Gatihi Durvigneya Vishama iti Bhashikara says. That is why should be known. That is why what is karma and akarma, vikarma should be known. So this shloka is an introduction to the upcoming shloka. And here, an akanksha is created. A doubt is there with regard to karma, what is karma, vikarma. Therefore, in order to clear the doubt, the next shloka starts. Or the discussion of karma, vikarma, akarma will lead to the inquiry of the tattvam. And that tattvam, the knowledge of the tattvam has a purpose. It has a uddeshya. The uddeshya is jnanam. The jnanam frees a person from samsara. Therefore, it has got twofold reasons. The result, the purpose, the discussion has got twofold reasons. One is because the doubt is there, therefore the discussion. Second thing is there is a purpose. Otherwise, then one need not purposely inquire into the subject matter. Let it be there, so what? It has a reason, it has a purpose. Because it's a matter for the confusion, matter for samshaya, doubts. Therefore, it should be inquired into. And also, it has an uddeshya. The purpose is there. Like any prakriya, if you take, it has a purpose. Prakriya is not for the sake of the prakriya. Analyzing the kosha, not to understand the kosha. That is not the subject matter of Vedanta. Annamaya kosha. Shastra doesn't do any anatomical research of Annamaya. Similarly, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya. And it is not that Atma is located inside the five koshas. That is why one has to cognitively transcend. Annamaya kosha is Atma, but Atma is not Annamaya kosha. So transcend Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, iti transcending. Similarly, Sharitraya. The objective is to arrive at Atma. That is the purpose for the objective. So that is the reason Bodhavyam, iti repeatedly Bhagavan says. Therefore, since he said Bodhavyam, how to know it? Without Shastra, without Sampradaya, without teaching. It cannot be Bodhavyam. It should be known only from the teacher, only from the Shastra. Therefore, Bhagavan says, I will teach you now. So Bhagavan is going to teach. The topic is same. The Atma Tattvam, it is same as in the second chapter, but it's a different approach. Second chapter, Bhagavan directly presented the Atma Tattva. In the beginning onwards, 11th shloka onwards, directly what Atma is. The nature of Atma, the Swarupam of Atma was presented through many shlokas. Atma Swarupam, Atma Nityaha, it is Shuddhaha, Shashvataha, Puranaha, Avikaryaha, Avyaktaha, Avinashi, iti. The Swarupam of Atma. Now, the same that Atma Tattvam is going to be presented in the following shloka, which is said to be a Granthi shloka. Granthi meaning it is like a knot. It looks simple, the shloka, but it is not simple. Should not be taken literally, the meaning of the words of the shloka. Like we don't take Yanisha Sarvabhutanam. Yanisha Sarvabhutanam, the shloka in the second chapter, for which we saw the Bhashya, the long Bhashya. Yanisha Sarvabhutanam, Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami. The literal translation would be, the wise will be awake in the night, and the ignorant will be awake in the ignorant is awake in the daytime, and the wise will be sleeping in the night. So the wise will be sleeping. That which is day for the ignorant will be night for the jnani. That which is night for the jnani will be day for the ajnani. This is a literal translation, but that is not the meaning. Nasato vidyate bhavaha, another shloka. So all these are cryptic shloka, sutra bhuta shloka. It is a sutra bhuta. That is why the commentary is called Bhashyam. Bhashyam is for the sutra. Bhashyam, the commentary, the name Bhashyam is given to the commentary written on the sutra. That's why Brahma Sutra Bhashyam. Otherwise, it is just a vyakyan. Like we say this, since the subject matter is Atma and it is Sukshma Vishaya, and there are shlokas, Sutra Bhuta shloka, therefore it is Bhashyam, therefore commentary. And this is shloka, the upcoming shloka is a Sutra Bhuta shloka, that is in the form of a sutra. Shloka itself in the form of a sutra. Because the content is such, and the meaning and the words of the shloka have to be unfolded, like a sutra. As a sutra to be unfolded. Sutra is a tightly packed one. So similarly, the next shloka are going to be unfolded. That's why Bhashyakara, you will see the long Bhashyam. So now the Sangati to this Bhashyam, Bhashyakara says, let us read that, is connecting the upcoming shloka, the following shloka, the Sangati. Because Bodhavyam means said, what is Bodhavyam? That he says. Let us read the Sangati. Kim punaha
किं पुनः
tattvam
तत्त्वं
karmadehe
कर्मादेहे
yat bodhavyam
यत् बोद्धव्यम्
iti pratignatam.
इति प्रतिज्ञातम्
Vakshami iti pratignatam. Uchyate
उच्यते
karman yakarma yaf pashed
कर्म यः पश्येत्
akarmani cha karma yah
अकर्मणि च कर्म यः
sabuddhiman manusheshu
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
sayukta kritsna karma krit
स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्
kim punaha tattvam karmadehe tattvam. Karmadehe tattvam, the gagana gatihi yatatmyam tattvam. What we said in previous shloka, gagana tattvam. Kim punaha karmadehe tattvam yatu bodhavyam vakshyami iti pratignatam. Karmadehe is karma, akarma, vikarma. Karmadehe tattvam, the truth, the swarupam, the nature. Yatu bodhavyam, that should be understood. Iti what Bhagavan said. He says vakshyami, that which is to be understood, I will tell you iti. Why? Iti kim punaha tattvam. What is the nature of karma? Karma, akarma, vikarma, which should be known. It should be known that I will tell you iti pratignatam, promised by the Lord. What is that? What is that? That is given in the form of the shloka. The Sangati is bodhavyam iti Bhagavan said. Therefore, he says vakshyami, akam vakshyami. I tell you. So karmadehe tattvam iti bodhavyam. That should be understood. That iti Bhagavata pratigyatam. That Bhagavan says akam vakshyami iti uchyate. I will tell you. Iti Bhagavan says. Bodhavyam is said, Bodhavyam, and doesn't skip. Bodhavyam, which is to be known. Which is to be known by whom? By all the mumukshus. Because it is tattvam, atma tattvam. Therefore, the adhikari is mumukshu. And Arjuna asked the question, therefore, is a mumukshu. And he is also a adhikari eva, a mumukshu eva. Being a mumukshu, he was interested in knowing the tattvam, and therefore only he asked some interesting questions. Therefore, Bhagavan also says, Bodhavyam should be known, since you are a mumukshu. Aham dakshyami iti, Bodhavyam iti, that should be known iti, Bhagavan, which was promised by Bhagavan. Bodhavyam. Then Bhagavan says, I will teach you. So, what was promised, Bhagavan says. Or otherwise, he can say, that promise what Bhagavan made. What is that? What is the tattvam of the karma dehe, karma, etc.? What is that? The promise. What is the promise? What is the significance? What is the significance of the promise which Bhagavan had given? Bodhavyam iti in the previous shloka. What is the significance? The significance is karmanya karmaya pashet akarmani cha karmayaha. So Bhagavan, as he said, Bodhavyam, he says vakshyami, aham vakshyami. But in this shloka, if you see karma, akarma only, there is no vikarma. So vikarma is understood. If you understand karma, akarma, vikarma, understanding of vikarma is implied. Therefore, vikarma is separately not there. So, therefore, this shloka presents the topic. The topic is sannyasa. What sannyasa? Karma sannyasa. Sarva karma sannyasa. Jnanas karma sannyasa. Jnanena karma sannyasa. Jnana karma sannyasa. And the words of the shloka, if you see karmani akarma, yaha pashyet. Karmani is vishesaptam. With regard to karma, the actions. Akarma, inaction. Yaha pashyet. Pashyet is equal to pashyati. We have seen ling can be used in lat also. Ling lakara. Lingaha late api pravartate. So therefore, pashyet is equal to pashyati. Yaha pashyati. The one who sees. Akarma in karma. Inaction in action. Similarly, akarmani karma yaha pashyati. In akarma, one who sees karma. So, therefore, karmani vishesaptami. With regard to karma, one who sees karma, one who sees akarma in karma, similarly, one who sees karma in akarma. So, it seems to be paradoxical if you take the literal meaning. When karma is there cannot be akarma. When akarma is there cannot be karma. Karma meaning action. When a person acts, how can there be akarma? Or when a person doesn't act, how can there be karma? So therefore, literal meaning of the shloka, if we take, it will be paradoxical. So you will find such shlokas scattered here and there in the Gita. And the story is given. We have seen the Gita being a part of the Mahabharata, a huge text containing more than a lakh shlokas, for which since Vyasacharya himself cannot compose and write, so therefore he appointed Ganapati Vinayaka as its stenographer, amendments. So Vyasacharya dictates and Ganapati he writes. He uses that's why he broke his One, this. He broke his tusk, and with the tusk as a pen, he writes. But with the condition that my pen should get, my pen should get the 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 data. I mean, it should be continuously writing. It means you should continuously dictate. It should not stop. My pen should not stop. My writing will be so fast. As you say, I will write. My writing would be complete. So it should never stop. When it stops, then I will stop writing. And Vyasacharya agreed, and he gave another counter condition. Yes, whatever you write, you must understand and write. It was a condition. That was agreement. And therefore, when such cryptic shloka comes, Ganapati will take time to understand the shloka and then write. So by the time Vyasacharya will be ready with many shlokas. So just though it's a story, but we can see such shlokas occurring in Gita here and there, and we can understand the significance of the shloka. The paradoxical language, the paradoxical language has to be understood. The literal meaning should not be taken. If we take literal meaning, it is that then second line is that person cannot be a buddhima. Karmani akarma. No sane person will see akarma in karma. And similarly, akarmani karma. Karmani akarma, akarmani karma, no intelligent person will say. But here the shloka says buddhiman, the person is a buddhiman, is intelligent. And since this is a teaching of Bhagavan, therefore the shloka is not misleading. It uses paradoxical language. First, that has to be understood. Literal meaning should not be taken. That's why analysis, inquiry is required. I am doing karma, aham karta. When I don't do karma, when there is pravritti in karma, when I perform karma, I become the karta, I am the doer. So karma I do, karmani. How can you see akarma in what I do? I do karma, I become karta. And when I stop doing karma, when I withdraw, nivritti, akarma. When I'm not doing, how can you see karma in what I do? So it seems what Bhagavan says is wrong. That's why paradoxical. It is what Bhagavan says, how can it be wrong? Therefore, the language of the Lord has to be understood. And that is why, since Ganapati has to understand and write, because he knows Vyasacharya, when he presents the shloka, Vyasacharya cannot be wrong. So therefore, Ganapati, he understands the meaning of the scriptic shloka and writes it. So by the time Vyasacharya will be ready with many shlokas. That's how the entire Mahabharata was born. So if we take the meaning of the shloka, literal meaning, pashyati, yaha pashyati, the first time yaha pashyati, what does he see? Karmani akarma. Karmani akarma yaha pashyati. He sees akarma in karma, that is actionlessness, no action, inaction. But actionlessness, when we say, we have to understand what does it mean here. Nishkarmyam. But anyway, if you take the literal meaning, just actionless means tushtim asanam, as we saw in the previous talk. Tushtim bhavaha, not doing anything. Akarma in karma. And similarly, akarmani karma sees akarmani karma. Karma in, he sees karma in that which in action. That person is a buddhiman. Buddhi is an intelligent person. Dhiman, buddhihi asya asti iti, buddhiman. Manushesha, among the human beings, he is an intelligent person. Taka yuktaha, and is Krishna karma krita. He is Krishna karma krita. He is the one who has done that which is to be done. He doesn't have anything else to do. He is krita krityaha, Krishna karma krita. That is a literal meaning. Now, if you do the analysis, the shloka can be divided into first line, second line. First line itself can be divided into two quarters. The first quarter, karmani akarma eka pashyati. What is the meaning of the word karmani? What is the meaning of the word karma in karmani? Karma is atmani adhyastam karma. Karmani is atmani adhyastam karma. That is the karma. Atmani adhyastam karma. That is in Atma, the karma which is adhyastam, which is superimposed. What can do karma? Can Atma do karma? Atma cannot do karma. For Atma to do karma, Atma must be an assemblage. It must be put together. It must have parts. It must be an assemblage. If Atma is put together, then Atma cannot be Nityaha. If Atma is put together, then we cannot say Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dagati Pavakaha. If Atma is put together, then Shastrani Chindanti. Pavakaha Dagati. So, therefore, Atma cannot be put together. It is Purnaha, it is Avikaryaha, it is Avinashi, Avyaktaha, Avyaktoyam Achintyoyam, Avikaryoyam Uchyate. Therefore, Atma cannot do karma. To do karma, Atma, there should be a motion, a relative motion, a displacement. Where can Atma, in fact, if it has to move, where it can move? It cannot move because it is Sarvavyapi. Therefore, Atma cannot do karma, it doesn't have karma. In that Atma, akarmani, Atmani, karma adhyastam. Karma is adhyasta, superimposed. Adhyasa, this is what adhyasa. Atasmin tad buddhihi. Yes. Tashakar says in the Adhyasa Bhashya to Brahma Sutra. Atasmin tad buddhihi. Rajjau sarpa buddhihi. Similarly, akarmani Atmani, Atma is akarta. Atma cannot do karma. Therefore, Atmani, this karma is adhyastam. Karma belongs to, then what can do karma? Only Anatma. This Karya Karma Sangata, this Sharira Mana Sangata, this body mind sense karma, which is put together. That is why it is subject to changes, subject to disintegration. That's why it is Anityaha. It is Apurnaha. It is not all pervading. And it has got parts, therefore hands and legs are there, therefore it can do karma. Anatma can do karma because Anatma is, it is put together, it is not Avyaya, it is Vyaya. And therefore Anatma meaning implies, Anatma is Ahankara. So Sharira Mana Sangata, when we say this, there is a Abhimana is there with regard to this body mind sense complex, this Ahankara. So Ahankara, Anatma, Ahankara is a Karta. So therefore, this Kartrutvam belongs to Anatma. Atma is ever Akarta ever. Na Karta, na Karayita Atma. Atma cannot do, Atma cannot cause to do also. How can Atma do? Atma cannot do. Nayamanti na hanyate. Anyamane sharire. Na karta na karayita. So, since Atma cannot do, Atma is avikriyaha Atma, it is akartra Atma, and therefore Anatma is the karta. Ahankara is the karta. So, therefore, akartari Atmani, this karma is adhyastam. Because of the anyonya adhyasa, the mutual superimposition, Atma is Atmanaha, Atma is superimposed on Anatma. It meaning meaning Atma is Chaitanyam, consciousness. Because of Atma, this this inert body enjoys sentiency. Therefore, Atma is superimposed on Anatma. Therefore, Anatma is taken to be Atma. Similarly, Anatma, since it is subject to limitation, since it has Kartrutvam, and that is superimposed on Atma. Therefore, Atma is taken to be Karta. Therefore, that is Anyonya Adhyasa. Because of this mutual superimposition, Akarta Atma is taken to be Karta Atma. And Anatma also really, Anatma itself cannot do. Anatma is Jada. So this Jada, this Anatma, Sharira, it seems to enjoy the Kartrutva. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha agankar vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. As Bhagavan said, we have seen third chapter. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani. Karma is done by the Prakriti guna. But this person, agankar vimudatma, taking himself to be the kartaham iti manyate. This vimudaha atma, agankar vimudatma, because of agankara. Because of agankara, he takes himself to be the karta, therefore he is a samsari. So, therefore, the action done by anatma, it is superimposed on atma. This transference of this, the karma, the kartrutva bhava from anatma to atma. That is adhyasa. Atasmin tad buddhi. That which is not there, taken to be that. Atma which is akarta, taken to be the karta. Akarmani atmani, this karma is adhyasta. So therefore here, atma akarmani, this karmani akarma eka pashyet. Karmani akarma eka pashyet, similarly akarmani karma eka pashyet. So karmani, karma is for anatma. So in the anatma only does karma, atma doesn't do karma. So karmani, akarma, the one who sees atma, who has clear knowledge, clear vision of what atma is. So therefore, one who has the clear understanding of, clear vision of atma, therefore karmani, karma belongs to anatma, is his akarma atma. Therefore, agam karta iti na manyate. That person is a buddhiman. That person is a buddhiman. Similarly, the second quarter, akarmanicha karmayaha. Atma is ever akarta. Atma is always akarta, free from karma. Atma cannot do karma. Avikriyaha atma. So agankara, is it atma or anatma? Agankara, the ego, it belongs to anatma. First we make the division, atma anatma division. Because it is inquiry, because it is the vichara, therefore we make the division atma anatma vichara, the division. Finally, atma also resolves into anatma also resolves into atma alone, because anatma alone as a separate entity doesn't exist. Anatma is atma eva, but atma is not anatma. So anatma as such cannot exist without atma. But in the Vyavahara, since there is duality, we have to explain the duality. Therefore, we give reality, as well reality to anatma. Therefore, this vichara, this viveka. And this is adhyasa to be understood. Then finally, that will be resolved. That's superimposition, adhyaropa, then apavada, superimposition. Then we see atma everywhere. That is the teaching. Vedasara, we see this adhyaropa. Up to all the Sula Sharira, the creation, it is adhyaropa. Then apavada. Adhyaropa apavadabhyam nishprapancham prapanchate. Therefore, this Atma which is free from karma and Anatma, this Ahankara which cannot be free from karma. Atma cannot do karma and Anatma cannot stop from being a karta. Atma can never be karta and Anatma can never be free from kartrutva. So Atma which is free from karma appears to be doing karma. So when karma is seen in Atma, when karma is seen in Atma, is seen in Atma, but Atma is akarta eva, Ahankara, and akarmani cha karmayaha. When Ahankara appears to be free from karma, when Ahankara, the person not doing any karma, akarmani, but still doing karma. Why? Because Ahankara can never remain free from karma. Even though Ahankara doesn't do karma, even though the person doesn't do karma, no physical action, it doesn't mean it's not, it doesn't mean there is no action. Action is there. How you say because Kartrutvam is there? As long as Kartrutvam is there, he is acting only. Even though not acting physically, it's an action. Even not doing is also is an action. As doing is an action, not doing is also an action. As pravritti is karma, nivritti is also karma. Do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. Non-stealing, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha, these are all don'ts. That is also karma. Should not be done. Withdrawal, fasting. Similarly, this fasting, maunam, they're all also maunam because the person doesn't speak. Fasting, the person doesn't eat. It means he has withdrawn from certain action. He has withdrawn from certain action. That is karma eva. Why we say karma? Because ahankara is there. Ahankara is there. Therefore, even though the person physically not acting, the person is, because he has got kartrutvam, vimana, he is a karta eva. He is doing, therefore, karma pashyati, akarmani karma pashyati. That is the second quarter. So, karmani in action, with regard to action, the first quarter, karmani, akarmayaha pashyati. The action which is seen in this sharira manasangata. That is anatma. Karma done by the prakriti gunas of the prakriti, anatma. This karma is done by the prakriti jaihi gunaihi, guneshu vartante. Gita Bhagavan says, iti matva na sajjate, gives advice also. Guneshu vartante, prakriti gunaihi, propelled by the prakriti guna, this anatma does karma. And this karma done by anatma, ahankara, anatma is ahankara, anatma. When we say sharira mana samgata is, body itself cannot do, indriya also cannot do it. She backed up by the mind. Mind is ahankara, the individuality, the jivatva, agamviti, abhimana. Agamviti, abhimana with regard to this sharira mana samgata. Therefore, ahankara does karma. Karma done by the ahankara is superimposed on atma. So, atmani adhyasta, this karma. Therefore, atmani adhyasta karma. Karmani, therefore, this person, this intelligent person, karmani, akarma pashyet. He sees akarma atma in anatma. Anatma performs karma, as atma I don't perform karma. Therefore, the person, like Buddhiman says, akam akarta. He says, akam akarta. Atma is free from karma. Atmani adhyaste karmani yaga pashyati. He sees. What does he see? Akarma. Akarma is na karma. Karma abhava. Karma abhavam. Karma abhava means atma. He is seeing atma where there is karma. Atma cannot do karma, but he sees atma where karma is. It means anatmani, agankare. Agankara only does karma, Atma doesn't do karma. Iti pashyati, yaka pashyati. He sees in Atma where karma appears to be, adhyastha. Karma really not there. Karma appears to be. Therefore, what is there is akarma. Therefore, akarma meaning Atma. Atma is free from karma. Therefore, akarma referring to Atma. He has a vision of Atma in Anatma, in Akankara. Akankara has got Gatrutvam, but Atma is not. Atma has, it is the Swarup. It is Akarta eva. Upadi has got. The Sharira Mana Sangata, Upadi has got Gatrutvam. Upadi, because of the Abhimana, that is Kartrutvam. Therefore, this Buddhima, this wise person, he appreciates the actionlessness, which is Atma. That actionlessness of Atma, when we say that it is not a property of Atma. Atma is ever actionless. Actionlessness is Atma. Atma, Naishkarmyam. Naishkarmyam, when we say it is Atma eva. Jnanam. So this Buddhiman, because the word is Buddhiman, he has got Buddhi, he has got Jnanam. Therefore, he sees Akartru Atma in Karmani, in action. What does action is Anatma? In the Anatma Karma, Anatmani Karmani, Akartari Atma, Akartru Atma Pashyati. That person is Buddhiman. This karma is considered to be a guna of Atma by Nayayikas. See, Nayayikas, the logicians, they take the karma to be a guna. But we know karma is not a guna. We dismiss the Nayayikas' contention also. How can Atma have karma as a guna? If Atma has a guna of karma, as a guna karma, then Atma cannot be free. It cannot be made free because karma is there. Karma implies that it is subject to limitation. Then Atma can never be free from samsara. It is ever limited. How can there be moksha for Atma? So here, karmani akarma. Akarma meaning Atma. Karmani is karma which is superimposed on Atma. Therefore, he sees Atma clearly. That is the meaning. And Bhashyakara, in the Bhashyam, we are going to see that. He beautifully says, he gives up a practical example. See, in the moving karmani, the moving, that is action, you see inaction. It is possible. It is possible, even it is our day-to-day experience. Vashakara gives. You are going by a boat. You are going by a boat. When the boat moves, you see that in the sense it moves on the river. So you cannot see because it's water all over. Therefore, you cannot see yourself as moving, but you see the trees moving in the opposite direction. But do the trees really move? The trees and the buildings, they move fastly in the opposite direction. Do you move or the trees, the buildings, they move? You move, they cannot move because they are stationary. They are on the other side of the shore. They remain as it is, but you see them moving. So akarmani, the buildings and the trees, whatever you see on the shore, they don't move. Akarmani. In that you see karma. In that you see karma because you are not able to appreciate your moving because you are sitting on the mid water and water everywhere. Therefore, you see them moving and therefore you see them moving. That is possible. Akarmani karma. That's the example Bhashyakara gives. The trees appear to be moving. The trees which are stationary, they are immobile. They are free from karma and they seem to be doing karma, moving. And what about you sitting on the boat? Sitting on the boat, you seem to be stationary, but you are moving. So, therefore, karma is superimposed on akarma. That is, motion is superimposed on the trees. And similarly, the absence of motion in the moving boat. This is the lot of the ignorant people. But the intelligent people will understand what it means. He infers, because of the trees moves in the opposite direction, he infers that the boat is moving forward. We are moving. So, the motionless, the trees and buildings appear moving. Seems to be appear moving. But really they don't move. So, akarmani, this karmani, akarmayaha pashyet. He has got a clear vision. Who? The buddhiman. Similarly, here also, the wise person, the buddhiman, is able to appreciate akartri atma, even when activities are done by this akankara anatma. Pashyan shunvan spashan jigran ashtan gachan sapanishvasan. Pralapan visrajan grinnan unmishan nimishan napi. Indriyani indriyarteshu vartante iti darayan. In the 5th chapter, Bhagavad says, the person, he does all these actions, seeing, hearing, pashyan, shunvan, spashan, jigran, but he knows, naiva kinchit karomi iti, I don't do anything. Doing everything, how can the person say, I don't do anything? Is saka pashyati, shrunoti, spashati, jigrati, ashnati, gachati, all karma he does. All karma related to this body, mind he does. But he says, agam, naiva kinchit karomi iti. Yukto manyeta tattavidu tattvam jhanati, saka buddhiman. He says, I don't do anything, naiva kinchit karomi. Doing, he can say, I don't do. It means, he has got his buddhi in atma, not in anatma. As atma, aham akarta. Anatma only does karma. Therefore, this kartrutvam belongs to anatma, not to atma. Atma is ever akarta eva. Therefore, karmani akarma atma eha pashyet. In action, one who sees inaction, that is atma. Karma belongs to anatma, not to atma. And atma is ever akarta, therefore akarma eka pashyati. Saka buddhiman. The wise person sees the karma which is superimposed on atma, and atma is really, it is actionless, ever actionless. And similarly, whether the body acts or not, the atma is ever actionless, akarma. That is the understanding of the buddhiman. And akarmanicha karma yaha pashyati. Similarly, akarma means generally we take not doing karma. Not doing karma, the agankara may not do karma. Agankara may be taking rest, withdraw. There's a nivritti. Not doing any karma. There is no pravritti. There is no movement of body and mind and senses. Doesn't mean it doesn't do karma. Because agankara is there, therefore the wise person sees karma in that. Kartrutvam is there, therefore karma yaha pashyati. The same buddhiman. He sees karma in akarma, akarmani, anatmani. Karma yaha pashyati. Therefore, he has got clear, distinct understanding, the viveka, nitya nitya viveka, vastu viveka, atma viveka, nitya nitya, atma anatma viveka. The first part is karma pashyati. He sees atma very clearly in akarmani, in karmani, anatmani, karmani. Second, that is atma. Second part, akarmani, in anatmani, anatma which doesn't do karma, in that he sees karma. Therefore, he has got clear understanding of what atma and anatma is. Anatma can never remain free from karma, and atma is ever free from karma. So, therefore, he has got viveka, atma anatma viveka. That's why he is buddhiman. Appropriate word buddhiman. Buddhi is required for this understanding, clear understanding. this understanding happens only in the buddhi. Therefore, that person, since this person knows, is a jnani, a wise person, he is called buddhiman. Manusheshu. And he's a yuktaha, he's a yogi, Krishna Karmakata. He has done everything to be done. He has reached the end, the purpose, the goal of life. There's nothing else to be done. Is Krishna Karmakata. Yes, he has gained, that is to be gained. There is nothing else to be gained. Krishna Karmakata. He has clear vision of Atma. Therefore, he is Kritakrityaha. It has got nothing else to accomplish in life. He has accomplished the already accomplished. All the other accomplishments are, all the other anatma accomplishments are not real accomplishments because they are subject to coming and going. Agamapayinaha. They can never remain with you the same form. It is subject to change. It is subject to change. It is, we have seen the dosha, trivida dosha, atruptikaratum. It can never satisfy you. And dukkam, always there is mixture of dukkam. And it is anitya. So therefore, this person now, this kritakrityaha, has gained the end of the purpose of life, the end of Purushata, which is moksha Purushata, moksha. Moksha is knowing that I am free. Having known that, what else to be done? Nothing else, nothing is there for this person in life to accomplish. He has accomplished that which is to be accomplished, the goal. Therefore, he is called Krishna Karmakritta. He has done everything to be done. All the karma, everything, it is meant finally to arrive at this knowledge only. It is meant for giving prakvata and arriving at this jnana. Yes, arrived, yes, got it. Therefore, he is Krishna Karmakritta. That is the meaning. And here, this karmani is action. Karmani, anatma can do karma, anatma can need not do karma, but still doing karma. That to be understood. Anatma, the karma can be pravritti rupa karma or nivritti rupa karma. Pravritti rupa karma is there is karma. There is action on the part of anatma. Ahankara. And ahankara, nivritti rupa karma. It can withdraw from doing. Withdrawal from doing is also a karma only. So it is not just the physical non-doing. As long as ahankara, the kartrutvam is there, it is karma only. Even the sense of non-doing. If you ask the person who doesn't do anything, who just simply sits, tushtim bhavaha, who doesn't do any himsa, who doesn't steal, who is asteya, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha. If you ask him, who is following ahimsa, he will say, I follow ahimsa. Kartrutvam is there. Yes, deliberately withdrawn from doing himsa, deliberately withdrawn himself from stealing, deliberately withdrawn from not telling lies. So therefore, it is also doing only. So akarma on the part of ahankara, anatma is karma eva. Therefore, if a person says, I don't do anything, but Jnani says, this is kartrutvam in that person. This is ahankara in that person, therefore kartrutvam is implied. That's why akarmani karma pashyati. Similarly, anatmani karmani yaha akarma atma pashyati. The one who sees atma, which is ever akarta, even though ahankara does karma, but he says aham karta aham iti na manyate. That person is buddhiman manusheshu iti. So that is the meaning of this shloka. And Bhashyam will read maybe a few lines and then continue the next class. Karmani kriyate iti karma vyapara matram tasmin karmani akarma abhavam yaha pashyet. Okay, we'll stop there. It's a full paragraph, but we'll see up to here. Karma is kriyate iti karma. The Bhashakara gives a vyutpatti. Kriyate iti karma, that which is done is called karma. Karma vyutpatti. Action is what? Action. That which is done is called action, karma. So karma is vyapara matram, activities. Karma meaning action in general. Vyapara matram, vyapara eva. Vyapara. Tasmin karmani. In that karma, one who sees akarma. Akarma is karma abhavam. Karma abhavam means atma. Atma doesn't have karma. Therefore, akarmani, anatmani. Sorry, karmani, anatmani. Karmani, karmani, anatmani. Karma is there only for anatma, agankara. Anatma is agankara. Anatma is agankara. Agankara is anatma eva. Chidabhasa. The body mentions comes with the chidabhasa. Where is this kartrutvam? Chidabhasa. The chidabhasa chit is there. Anatma, jada cannot claim aham to be karta. The chit, but it has got ajnanam. And ajnanam is also illumined by the chit, chaitanyam. And therefore the ahankara. So in agankare, that is agankare, anatmani, karmani, karma done by the agankara, anatma, ahankara performs karma, expresses karma through this sharira manasangata. Yaha karma pashyati, yaha akarma pashyati, the one who sees karma bhavam, atma. Atma cannot do karma, ahankara only does karma, iti yaha pashyati. That is the meaning. We'll stop there. It's a long paragraph. We'll read in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ವಿಜಯ್.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.
Thank you, Karanji.
Dhanyawad ji. Ji, Monday I won't be attending the class.